It's been roughly 1 year since I bought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I was always intrigued at the concept of owning a compact camera on a gimbal that can shoot decent photography and videos as well. But it was more of a, boy, I sure would love to have that type of thing. Mainly because I couldn't justify the expense because these things aren't necessarily cheap. Not to mention, with my Sony cameras, my drone, my GoPro, where does this really fit in? I wasn't really all that impressed with the image quality that I was seeing on the earlier Pocket 1 and Pocket 2. But with the Pocket 3's upgraded 1-inch sensor, plus all the hype that I had heard about this puppy, I thought it was time to give it a try. And much to my surprise, the Pocket 3 became my favorite gadget of 2024 and probably will retain that title through 2025. Now, I'm not saying that this little guy is perfect because it does have some issues. Some are fixable and some aren't. I'll show you what I mean by that later in this video. The Pocket 3 turns on quickly and easily. The screen on this Pocket Beast is really impressive. It's a tiny 2-inch screen, but has great resolution. It's large enough to get your shots framed correctly and change your settings quickly and easily, but it's small enough so as to not be cumbersome. The Pocket 3 is compact and easy to carry around. It has great image quality as well as great sound quality. It has a built-in 3-axis gimbal that provides super smooth and stable footage as you walk around with the camera. One of the coolest things about this camera is what happens when you flip the screen. It'll turn the device on or off. It'll change the orientation from vertical mode to horizontal or vice versa. The design makes for such a cool way to engage with the device and makes it really fun to use. I like how you can simply double tap to recenter the gimbal or triple tap to switch the camera around to face forward or backward. The sensor on the Pocket 3 is specifically optimized for video, allowing you to shoot 4K at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second. There's also a dedicated slow motion mode where you can capture 4K at 120 frames per second for 5 times slow motion, as well as full HD at 120. And you can go all the way to 240 frames per second for up to 10 times slow motion. These are really impressive frame rates and are actually the same rates that are available on high-end cameras like the Sony FX3 and the A7S III. I'm not saying the Pocket 3 matches the quality of cameras that cost several $1,000s, but it does offer similar features and a lot of creative flexibility. The Pocket 3 has both horizontal and vertical shooting modes. You can shoot 4K in horizontal mode, and vertical, you're going to be limited to 3K. I mentioned the 1-inch sensor in the beginning of the video. The sensor on this thing makes a huge difference. It captures more light, it produces better image quality, it makes for better low light performance, and it reduces noise at higher ISO settings. And the sensor's dynamic range allows shooting in 10-bit D-Log-M for professional color grading if that's your thing. Also, the 1-inch sensor helps by adding extra space at the top and bottom when switching to vertical mode, rather than just cropping the sides, so you get a true vertical format instead of a cropped view. The Pocket 3 has a dedicated low light mode. It produces some decent results, but it's nothing to write home about. And the low light mode isn't available in vertical shooting or if you're shooting in slow motion. Another really impressive feature of the Pocket 3 is its in-camera audio quality. The Creator Combo includes a wireless microphone with 32-bit float audio, which is the highest standard currently available, and it has built-in noise cancellation. I highly recommend the Creator Combo, by the way, especially considering the small price increase. I think it's worth it, and then some. I'll come back to the Creator Combo shortly. Back to the audio quality, though. Even without the wireless mic, the internal mic still offers really great sound quality on its own. And that's because there are actually 3 little microphones that surround the body. But again, the wireless mic is really going to take your audio up a notch. And it's important to note, it's windy out here. And sometimes the gusts really pick up. I don't know if you're going to actually hear those or not, but I've got my mic with my little wind muff, aka dead cat. I like calling it a dead cat. Now let's talk about the gimbal and subject tracking. Filming yourself can be a major challenge for content creators, but that's one of the biggest reasons why so many vloggers have snatched up the Pocket 3. Its built-in tracking feature allows the camera to follow your movements. This gives you a more engaging and dynamic experience compared to just static shots. If you use gimbals, you know that sometimes they do capture a swaying motion, especially going up and down. But when you use DJI's Active Track, it really helps to keep things extra stable and minimize that swaying motion. With Active Track on, you can put the Pocket 3 down and it'll just follow you around. You're basically getting a free cameraman. You can set it down like I have it set up right now on the tripod that came in the Creator Pack, and this is what a lot of the hype is about, because you can do solo video creation and content creation, vlogging or whatever, and it's going to stick to you. But let's just see how far. I'm going to walk a little bit and see if you guys can still hear me okay, especially with the wind. And let's just see if the Active Track continues to keep up with me, because right now I am, I'd say 40 feet, 45 away from where the camera is actually set up, and it'll stick to me, and hopefully you can hear me as well. But you can activate the Active Track feature either by using the touchscreen on the camera and just double tapping your face, or you can do it from the DJI Mimo app, and I'm going to get into the Mimo app in just a bit. Now, even though the video quality is just sick, I do have to say this. The videos are really rich in detail, and almost too rich, at least in my opinion. They look a little bit just overly sharpened for my taste. This is one of those features I mentioned earlier that makes this camera far from perfect. However, this is also one of those features that is fixable, or at least mostly. You can adjust the settings and bring both the sharpness and noise reduction down to -2. One of the features I mentioned that isn't fixable though, at least not currently, is how most of the filters fit onto the lens of the Pocket 3. While it's really cool that the filters magnetically snap into place over the lens, you can't close the camera without the filter getting jammed. Or at least that's the case with the freewell filters that I bought. And by the way, if you're doing any shooting in bright outdoor light or wanting to capture any type of motion lapse videos, filters are a must-have accessory for the Pocket 3. And there's a ton of third-party companies that sell filters for the Pocket 3, and DJI even makes some of their own as well. I've been really happy with the freewell filters I bought though. Now, let's talk photos. I don't really use the Pocket 3 for still photos as much. I mean, they look decent, there's nothing wrong with them, and it's nice that you can capture them, but I'll probably reach for my phone or one of my Sony cameras that basically is going to give me access to multiple lenses and better dynamic range and so on and so forth. But still, you can shoot square photos, 16:9 photos, or panorama photos. And now it's time to talk about that DJI Mimo app. The app is an awesome tool that really enhances the functionality of the Pocket 3. It provides real-time high-definition live viewing while you're recording and supports up to 4K video resolution. From the app, you can access different modes like Active Track, Time-Lapse, Motion-Lapse, Hyperlapse, Panorama. The app has an in-app editor with professionally designed templates that allow you to edit videos with a single tap, add music, filters, and effects for quick and polished content creation. The DJI Mimo app also has a DJI Academy, and it has over a dozen courses that contain short videos that introduce you to the app and the camera and a lot of the functions and features for both. There's something known as shot guides in the app where it actually gives you completed vlogs or pieces of content that you can copy to start learning how to make similar content for yourself. The app also features real-time beautification tools, including face recognition and skin smoothing to enhance photos and videos instantly. The beautification tools are an AI feature that the camera has, and they're called glamour mode. You can smooth your skin, slim your cheeks, or even slim your whole face. And if you turn all of those to 100%, this is what you get. You're welcome. Beyond the glamour mode, the app offers editing features such as trimming and splitting clips. You can adjust playback speed, reverse footage, and of course, all of the common image enhancing options. Getting back to the creator combo, the bundle costs, I want to say $120 more, but like I said earlier, it is worth it. You get a tripod mount, tripod legs, an external battery, which is great because it gives you more of a handle to hold on to, as well as more battery life. You also get this really cool looking DJI wireless microphone that has awesome sound quality. The creator combo also comes with this carrying case. But as much as I've heard many reviews about how much people love this case, I opted for an inexpensive upgrade. Now, I love this case. It's a harder case. It fits everything in there so much better. So you have more protection, and I can even carry it like a purse if I want to. I'll leave a link for this as well. The gimbal cover is well built and has a spot for storing your wide angle or mist filters, which is also magnetic. The battery charges super fast, a little over an hour and a half, and you go from 0 to 100%. Above all, I enjoy the Pocket 3 because of how simple and just plain fun it is to use. From the moment you flip the screen, you can actually start recording in less than 3 seconds. The Pocket 3 is an incredibly convenient and versatile camera, and it's a great fit for casual users or professionals. If you're a vlogger or videographer, you're probably prioritizing simplicity, and the Pocket 3 definitely has that. You can use the Pocket 3 as a vlogging camera, a webcam, a secondary camera, or for many people, it could actually replace your main camera. With all of the bells and whistles that this camera has, you really do get this next level versatility that no other camera on the market currently has. I'll leave the links for everything that I covered in this video down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.